like to introduce Mr. Loai with SACO to give a welcome word. SACO, sorry.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. First, thank you to the city of Sacramento for welcoming us. We came from I represent SACO, Sudanese American Community Organization. So today this reminds me, we came basically going from south to north, like the Blue Nile, flooding, to meet our brothers and sisters in Sacramento, like the White Nile, to form the Nile River, the longest river on earth, in unity, to put a voice for those who need a voice. The poet said, لا لن نحيد, we will never go astray. غدا نعود, tomorrow we will come, we will rise. حتما نعود إلى الغرية الغناء, إلى الكوخ الموشح بالورود. This is how Sudan. So, you know, 50% of the population of Sudan are youngsters. 50% of the population of Sudan are young. That means people like you, our kids. So, they try to, now Sudan is in a total civil disobedience. Internet is shut. But what's unique about Sudanese uprising? It's a global, international uprising. Every Sudanese all around the world is giving a voice to those in Sudan. So we are holding the torch for them. They can try to extinguish it, but they cannot. Because everyone believes in freedom and justice for Sudan. Sudan for 30 years. Imagine, 30 years. This is a time span when you are born, you go through schooling, you go to even higher education, you develop a career, you get married, you establish your life. That means for a country, it should go from zero to be amongst the leaders of nations in the world. But Sudan for 30 years, whoever had been, we all know who have been controlling Sudan, they had a country that's so rich, yet they made it so poor. A country that's so diverse and culturally so unique and precious, yet they establish ethnic cleansing. They have a land that's so fertile, yet we're hungry. So it's a total failure. This is why the young generation Sudanese who are uprising, they actually grew under the current government. So they know it only led to failure after failure after failure. This is why the slogan was تسقط بس. You know تسقط بس means let it fall all. When you let it collapse. If somebody wants to negotiate with you, imagine somebody try to reach a compromise with you, say no, let it fall. That means what? We're going to start clean. We don't want even partnership with you. So even today, the slogan for the uprising in Sudan is no negotiation, no partnership, no compromise. Why? Because any concessions in the past led to a disaster. And the rule, history teaches us a lesson. Military rule, the offspring of military rule is what? It's only dictatorship. There is never in the history of mankind where a military rule led to democracy. So they try to extinguish the fire of the uprising by giving promises, but now the voice in the street is what you just leave. Why? Because their hands is stained in blood, in the blood of young Sudanese. So today we are here to express the desire of our people back home. Here in the capital of California, here we're exercising our First Amendment. You know, we always went to school here and we have a dialogue with our American colleagues, and we always hear the word freedom of expression. But we only read about the First Amendment when we go to a citizenship test. But you know what? It never felt so good, only during this uprising, that we drove from all the way from San Jose, Fremont, Oakland. No one stopped us. We were expressing ourselves. Freedom of speech. This is what we want in Sudan. Sudanese should have a freedom of speech so we can what? Because our place is not in the lowest of nations. Sudan There is no other country that has natural resources like Sudan. In terms of land, in terms of water, in terms of culture, in terms of ethnic diversity, in terms of kindness, in terms of whatever, you find it in Sudan. This is why, even if you grow up here, you should never forget your roots. Your parents, they drank from the sweet Nile River. So in your veins, Sudan is flowing. So always remember Sudan in your heart, because one day you need to go back, get acquainted with your relatives. You have an extended family. Here they call you a minority, but you are not a minority. Minorities get a phrase. You belong to a land that has like 40 million like you. So I don't want to speak a lot. Thank you for listening to me. And again, I would like to give a shout to our older brother and our I call him the Wajih of Sacramento, Dr. Jamal, for putting this together, and all of you here. Inshallah, even we are from SACO, the Sudanese American Community Organization. It's an organization basically for bringing a new vision to all Sudanese, young and especially the youth. We want to take care of the youth. Whatever talent that they have in our organization, we want to bring this to the front line. So here I extend the invitation to the people of Sacramento to join us. And whatever expertise that you have, it will be put in good use. Thank you very much. And حرية سلام وعدالة والثورة خيار الشعب. حرية سلام وعدالة والثورة خيار الشعب. حرية سلام وعدالة والثورة خيار الشعب. شكرا.